Today we'll start with the topic relation between current and drift velocity. So in the previous class we have seen what is drift velocity and we have derived the expression for drift velocity, and today we'll be seeing how drift velocity is related to current as well as current density. So just imagine a conductor, and this conductor is being given a potential difference V, and we have seen that by giving the potential difference V, we will start to experience an electric field E, which would be given by V by L, where L is the length of this conducting wire or conductor. So due to this potential difference V which is given to it, there would be an external field, internal field, electric field set up, and this electric field E is V by L. Now as we have known from the concept of drift velocity that suppose all the free electron or the valence electron inside this conductor would affect with the electric field, and they would start, if the direction of electric field is from positive side to the negative side, then the electrons would start from negative side of the plate and would start to move towards the positive side, which is the opposite direction of electric field, and necessarily their velocity would be nothing but the velocity which we have called drift velocity. And we have derived the expression for drift velocity, which is n e tau into E by m. So this is the drift velocity expression that we have learned from the last class. Now n, you can take it as the density of electron per volume. So for a unit volume of such material, I have n number of electrons, and therefore for that many electrons the drift velocity becomes n e tau E by m, where we know that tau is the relaxation time, which is the time between two successive collision between two electrons or any atoms or any ions, right? So this is what expression that we have derived in the last class. Now as we have to move in progress, we see that suppose if we have drift velocity which is given by Vd, and for a time, let's suppose an interval of time del t, these electrons are moving in the opposite direction with the drift velocity Vd. Therefore, for a small time interval delta t, the electrons with the velocity of Vd, it would have moved a total distance which is the velocity into time, which is Vd into del t. Now this would give me the distance that it would have travelled when the external internal field is set up with a velocity Vd or drift velocity. Now let me look what would be the volume that would be covered by these electrons at the time interval del t. If I have to calculate the volume, as we know volume is nothing but distance into the area, and we know the area of this conductor, let it be capital A, then we would calculate the volume that it would travel would be the distance, which is Vd into del t, and the area is capital A. So this is the volume of the electron that it would travel with the velocity Vd at the time interval del t. And suppose n would be the number of electrons that is there in unit volume. So I can calculate how much of the electrons would be there for this particular volume. So if n is the number of electron per unit volume, then in this volume I would have n into Vd into del T into A. This is my number of electrons that would be present in this particular volume which is traveling, in which all the electrons are traveling for del t amount of interval with a velocity vd. So this is the number of electron that is traveling at that particular time. If I have to calculate the total charge of this particular substance, then I know that each electron has a charge E, and therefore this many number of electron will have just the multiplication of this NVD del T into A. So this would be my number of charge. Let's suppose this is the amount of charge which is del Q, which is present for this the total amount of volume, and that many number of electrons are present, and the total charge is del Q. And we know, if I have to calculate the current I, if there is this current I in that particular volume, then I into del T, for a del T time interval, I into del T would be equal to del Q. This is the relation that we have learnt for current as well as charge. So when I substitute for del Q, I get E N V D del T into A, which is I into del T. And from there we can easily calculate the expression for current, which is N E V D del T would cancel into A. So this is the expression for current, which gives me the relation between the current as well as the drift velocity. So in this, what we see, the first thing that we have taken, what would be the velocity of the electron that is moving in the opposite direction, and we have taken it for an interval of time which is del T, and in the del T interval of time it is moving with the velocity Vd. So now we will see another relation between the current density and resistivity and conductivity. In our previous sections we have seen the current, we have derived what is the relation between current as well as the drift velocity, and previous to that we also have derived an expression for drift velocity with the expression of electric field. Now as we take the current expression, current is NEA into Vd, which is the relation between current as well as drift velocity, and now I am applying this drift velocity expression into it. Now this will become this is NEE tau by M, NEA E tau by M. So applying this, we get the current expression. Now we know current density J is I by A, current in a area. So this will become, expression will become NE square E tau by M. So this is the expression of current density in terms of not in terms of drift velocity, in terms of all this expression, while when we substitute the expression for drift velocity. And then we already know that this J is equal to sigma into E, where sigma is the conductivity and E is the electric field. So we substitute that and we will get NE square E tau by M is what is sigma E, and therefore sigma is NE square tau by M, right? So this will be 1 by rho, and we know rho is the resistivity, so sigma is 1 by rho, therefore the 1 by rho expression goes with NE square tau by M. Therefore if we try to substitute or try to find out rho, which is equal to m by n e square tau. So with this we get the expression for current density as well as conductivity and resistivity rho. As we have seen, I is n e a e capital E tau by m after substituting the drift velocity expression. So here we get n e square a e tau by m. So this is the expression for I, and to simplify it, we know n e square a tau by m into E. In the place of E, that is electric field, we write V by L. As we know, E is the applied voltage divided by the length of the conductor, where we had actually imagined the conductor like that, which has a length L, and we had applied a potential difference between it, which is V, and this potential had set up an internal electric field. So this E is V by L. So substituting back the same thing into the expression, we get the expression for current as n e square a tau by m into V by L. Now we know that from Ohm's law, I equal to V by R, or we know V equal to I into R. Therefore, this whole expression is the expression for 1 by R, or we can write it in another way, that V by I is ml by n into e square a into tau. So this is the same expression which gives me the resistance R from the Ohm's law. So if you see, this is the expression for capital R, resistance. And resistance is nothing but, again we know from the law of resistance, R is resistivity rho into L by A. So looking at the same expression in the both sides, suppose if you take out L by A, then you are left with m n e square into tau into L A. Comparing this two, we can easily get the resistivity value, which is rho equal to m into n e square tau. So with this, again when we apply Ohm's law, this is another form of Ohm's law. From there we know that resistance is V by I, and from the laws of resistance we know that R is rho L by A. Applying this with the expression of related drift velocity formula, and with the expression of I, then we get the expression for resistivity.